Alright, Pistons fans, so in today's video, we're going to talk about this recent game. The Pistons took an L against the Boston Celtics. Close game, but in the end, the Pistons fell and lost to the Celtics. You know, Cade Cunningham, he had a heroic effort towards the end, but he was asked to do a little too much because the rest of our team couldn't really score in the fourth quarter, and that led to Cade late in the game having to take a lot more shots than he usually does, and he began to miss when he was efficient for most of the game. So, you know, in the fourth quarter, Cade couldn't save the day because no one else could hit shots. He started missing shots, and then he turned the basketball over a little bit, and then Boston just got on fire and kept hitting shot after shot after shot, and the Pistons took an L in the end. But before we get into the rest of the video, please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. That's the main thing right now. I'm so close to 5K subscribers. If you're a Pistons fan, please subscribe here and like the video as always. Today's like goal will be 100 likes. Now play my intro.
Subscribe to Joe Polo 10.
Is the MVP.
Detroit basketball.
Okay, so we're going to go player by player in this game and talk about their performances. So Cade Cunningham tonight, very efficient game. He had 25 points and 7 rebounds to end. And you know, Cade tonight, he just simply put, score at will. Whenever he wanted to score the basketball, he did. He was very aggressive tonight, very efficient, hit most of his shot attempts, or at least for the first 3 quarters, hit most of his shot attempts. And he just played calm, man. He didn't force up any bad shots. He let the game come to him, let the offense flow, and play efficient basketball, and was our best scorer for most of the night. You know, especially in that third quarter, he literally carried the Pistons. And early in the fourth quarter, he was carrying the Pistons in terms of scoring, especially after, you know, Marvin Bagley had to get taken out of the game. But if we were to talk about a few negatives for him tonight, I will say that, you know, the foul trouble has continued to be an issue for Cade Cunningham. You know, tonight I think he had 4 fouls at the start of the third quarter, and then in the fourth quarter he had 5 fouls. Now, he didn't foul out of the game, but still just an issue that's been, you know, with Cade Cunningham for this entire season. He needs to learn to be active with his hands, but not reach in so much, if you know what I'm saying. Like, do what Killian Hayes does. Killian, he does a good job of getting pressure on the offensive player, but manages to keep his hands far back enough to where the ref won't call the foul. So that's definitely what Cade needs to do, because right now these fouls are just too much for him. And then also, I will say there were a few plays when he had to guard Jaylen Brown, and Jaylen Brown got the best of him. And I know I'm mentioning this as a negative, but it's not really a negative because Jaylen Brown is a top player in the NBA. It's not much you can really do against him. But the plays that Cade did have to guard him, I will say that Cade couldn't keep up with Jaylen Brown. Jaylen used his speed to his advantage. We know that Cade, athletic-wise, you know, isn't the greatest athlete out there. So shout out to Jaylen Brown. He did cook Cade on a few plays. Now let's talk about Corey Joseph tonight. I know a lot of Pistons fans want to see Diallo in the starting lineup and, you know, want to take Corey Joseph out. But as far as his performance goes tonight, he hit a lot of clutch shots, man. A lot of shots in the corner when we needed them. A lot of 3-pointers. And he did kind of, you know, help keep the Pistons in the game. He finished with 15 points on the night. So Corey Joseph, I know we throw a lot of criticism at him, but tonight he had a solid game. Let's talk about Jerami Grant. I did not like his performance tonight at all. It was so frustrating because every single time he got the ball, he immediately thought to shoot it. And that's what he did. He just took shot after shot after shot, and most of them weren't falling tonight. I think he finished with around 11 points to end the game. So Grant, not a good game for him. Just continuing to do what Grant does. You know, he has his nights where he'll shoot a lot, but then he'll make most of his shots. But then you have other games like tonight where he'll shoot a lot of times and won't make a lot of them. So just a very inefficient game for Grant. He was playing like a ball stopper tonight. It wasn't really a good performance for him. Let's talk about Kelly Olynyk quickly. Kelly Olynyk, since he's come back from that injury, just haven't provided much for this Pistons team. And, you know, tonight, same story. You know, he's been giving us playmaking. He's been passing the ball, but defensively, he's allowing other players to score over him. He doesn't get any rebounds. You know, tonight against Rob Williams, he couldn't do much against him. And he isn't scoring the basketball. The main thing that we need out of Kelly Olynyk, he isn't providing that for us right now. So, you know, it's been a rough time for him since he's come back from the injury. I'm going to continue to be patient with him because I know that he is a good bench player, but as of right now, he isn't really performing for us. Marvin Bagley, he had to leave. I think it was in the third or the fourth quarter tonight. But in the time that he did play, you know, just love what I saw out of Marvin Bagley. I am very happy with the way that the Pistons are currently using him. Whether it's Killian Hayes or Cade Cunningham, they just bring in Bagley Bagley for a pick and roll, and most of the time Killian and Cade decide to lob it up to Marvin Bagley, and that's how he gets most of his points. And then even when he gets the ball in the post, he's very effective with using his footwork to score inside. So Marvin Bagley, just loving the way that the Pistons are currently using him. I just wish that he could get more rebounds. You know, him and Kelly Olynyk, they're not really helping us out in that area. And then I just wish the Pistons gave him more touches, because there were times tonight, you know, where the Pistons needed scoring, but they wasn't really giving Bagley the ball. So I wish that we would get him a little bit more involved. But for the most part, I am loving the way that the Pistons are currently using Marvin Bagley. And then before I get up out of here, Hamidou Diallo, he got ejected in this game because there was a play where, like, he had his momentum carrying himself, and then he accidentally, I believe accidentally, bumped into the referee, and they threw him out of the game, which was bogus in my opinion, but whatever. And then they also gave a tech to Jason Tatum, and then they also gave a tech to Isaiah Stewart because he got tangled up on the play with Marcus Smart, and they got into a little bit of, you know, a shoving match, and they gave him a tech. And just overall tonight, the officiating, just way too many calls. You know, I typically never complain about the refs, but tonight, just a few too many calls in my personal opinion. But that's basically everything from this game, man. Shout out to the Boston Celtics again. Those guys are rebounding their basketball effectively towards the end of the third and most of the fourth quarter. They hit a lot of their three-pointers, and they won the game. So shout out to Tatum, shout out to Brown, Rob Williams, everybody on that Celtics team. They won this basketball game. So Pistons fans, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 4K, and I'm out.